Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
And yeah, Creed 3 is out in theaters this weekend. We just saw it. We got some thoughts on it. Yeah. Without further ado, Jovi. Well, first off, I should say, obviously, as the title implies, it's the third film in the Creed franchise. It's the 9th film in the, I guess, Rocky franchise altogether.
This one's technically not a Rocky film, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think any of them have been Rocky films.
First two are Rocky films.
But nah, bro.
They're Rocky films.
He was barely in it. Well, not barely, but I mean, he was not the star of those movies.
But the universe.
No, I mean, they're still in the same universe.
Yeah, but even with this third one, it's not filmed like a Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's something.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan stepped behind the camera to direct, and he stars in this one.
We didn't plan that, by the way. No, that was just a great segue.
So he's directing this one. Sylvester Stallone is not in it, which is unfortunate.
And he wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Not because the story needed him per se. But it's just, the reason he's not in it is because, behind the scenes drama, which that's never good.
And the respect is, if you guys want to blame it on Michael B. Jordan, no.
No, it wasn't him.
They still have respect, for each other. It was the freaking studio.
Yeah, it's the studio. One of the producers and Sylvester Stallone apparently didn't. Yeah. They get along.
Which is whack.
Yeah, but and I guess
he didn't have to be in it. It would just be nice for him to.
I will say there were a couple narrative points where it didn't make sense that Rocky wouldn't be there, right? Because he's such a big part of the dude's life, right? But I mean, it didn't ruin the movie in any way. No. I'm just saying it it was like Rocky would be here, but
right. But yeah. Especially if he's still alive, he would be. I mean, yeah. We can go into that
later. Right. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but anyway, so I mean. What the movie's about, if you've seen the trailers, Adonis Creed is now retired. Mm-hmm. He's now doing promoting. He's not boxing anymore. And one of his childhood friends, who was almost like a boxing prodigy, he was like the youngest golden. What do they call it? Golden Glove. Yep. Golden Glove winner. Yeah, he was on his way to the Olympics and everything. But him and Adonis got in trouble. Well, Adonis got in trouble, and then he went and helped him. And he obviously got caught. Adonis didn't get caught. Yep. And he went to jail. So now all these years later, when they're adults, he comes back and Adonis, feeling guilty, and I mean, which is very understandable given what happened.
Most definitely.
He's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna help you out, and I'm gonna do what I can. So he promotes this guy as a boxer, and obviously, again, if you've seen the trailer, things don't work out because they end up fighting each other. Yep. So, Joey, bro, tell us what you liked? There's only one thing I disliked in this movie, and but go ahead.
I like this film. Mm-hmm. I'm very proud of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
that little back and forth was not planned, but for this to be his directorial debut, this guy's been in the industry for a while because these shots, the idea of what's reality and what's not, the close-up shots of just how Adonis thinks, those are things that would not be in a Sylvester Stallone film, but they were in this because of the anime influence.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. You're not the first person I've heard say that. Yeah. And when I was watching, I mean, you saw it because he had a Gundam poster on his wall.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a Naruto poster, which I'm calling it. There's no way he was watching Naruto in 2002. And he wasn't watching that. He was not watching it when it came out. Back then, there was no Crunchyroll. We had to go down.
But if he was part of that community, but of course he put that there just because he had a whole collection with Naruto and what was it, Coach? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course he was...
Oh, you're talking about Michael B. Jordan. Okay, I'm still thinking
not Adonis.
I was like, what?
So, I say that, okay, all that.
The anime influence was there.
The anime influence was the writing, the way that the scenes were jumping. All of that. It was this, it's like this complaint that we have sometimes oh, the movie moved too fast, or the movie moved too slow, or the movie needed to be done when it was needed to be done.
Yeah.
The problem with us going to the Alamo is I know when the movie's about to be over. And I hate that because I was enjoying it, but there was a very slow moment, without spoilers, very slow moment, and I was like, how long have we been sitting here? And that's when I realized, then all of a sudden you hear the receipts getting put down and everything. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, the next scene is about to be
the end.
The end. Like, that's going to show what's going. Like, we're going in the direction to the end of the movie. But I would say throughout it all, yeah, it was great. Like, it was really good. This, for me, better than the second one.
Absolutely.
Second one was very cheesy. I enjoyed the second one, but not like I enjoyed the first one. First one was...
I think the first one's still the best. The one Ryan Coogler directly, I think it's still the best one.
First one, awesome. Like, this was a story that needed to be told that we didn't know needed to be told in the Rocky universe. And then second one, super cheesy. They tried to go off of nostalgia and make a story that you try to kind of force you to care about.
Yeah.
This one didn't have to do that because now let's go with my Jonathan Majors again. This guy don't miss.
But so before you start, there's just one thing I gotta say. I think I said this after Women King. These two, Jonathan Majors, the whole movie.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan at the end of the movie, like, they make me feel like I just need to start eating broccoli and that's it, bruh. Like,
chicken and broccoli and white rice.
His arms and what the obliques, is that what they're called? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Every time they got on screen, it was just like he was doing something. It was like this first time Jonathan Majors was like right about to fight. And I was just like, God, you looked at me. I was just like, how? We have a very, very close friend, I guess friends, the twins. And I asked, I was like, hey, you think Jonathan Majors is natural? You think he's natural? Can you get like that just being strictly natural? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh.
He does not look human. No. When he took his shirt off, I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
When I tell y'all, I mean, on a personal, I know some people that have spent a long time in prison. He played this character. He felt like a person that spent 18 years in prison.
The way he was talking, the way he was,
his mannerisms,
exactly,
everything, his whole demeanor.
Yeah,
he was closed off from everyone at all times. Like, he was holding on to himself.
Yeah, man.
Like, he was on a roller coaster. His experience was a whole just development in itself.
Yeah, that it could have been. Actually, I'm going to talk about this. This could have been his movie.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And then like, just that's told Aisha, it's like he showed how batshit crazy he was. The prison system is the worst thing that you can imagine. 18 years.
Yeah, man.
And then your best friend never said a word to you.
Right.
You're going to have a vendetta.
Yeah, man.
So it's like the story made sense. Now, we go to my things that didn't. How fast the progression of getting out of jail to being in a number one title
Yeah, so
fight.
that's... You beat me to it. Again, the narrative here, I get what they're doing, because like they did it with Rock. You have to get to the point, but... Yeah. You had to suspend your disbelief for a lot of stuff in this movie. Because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, there's no way this would really happen. I mean, even as entertaining as the boxing matches were, it's like, boxing doesn't work like that. Come on.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like that would not fly in boxing was going.
You'll never, like, boxing, I mean, it's a movie, so it has to be entertaining. Yeah. Boxing, like, if you watch boxing, you're like, yeah, there's no way.
It's like boxing hasn't really necessarily been heavyweight boxing. Let me correct that. Has not been exciting since the 90s. This,
I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been as exciting, but there have been some good fights.
It's been not exciting like this. This is what the spectacle of heavyweight boxing is what we got in this. Even though, again, I'll say it again.
I don't think there were heavyweights in this, though, but no, I got you.
You took the words out of my Michael B. Jordan, nowhere near. Like, even them saying that he had the light heavyweight, it's like,
Yeah, and when they were standing next to each other, they looked like they were in different weight classes. Like, yeah, so. But
said this from the jump, but it's a movie, y'all. So I was like, I can't. That's not a fault. It's a movie. That's just like when Rocky fought Mr. T.
No, yeah. Clubber Lang.
It's like that, yeah. You know those are two different. Like it would be no way none of the characters would be fighting.
Yeah, it wouldn't be happening.
And so,
and then even after his first fight, like the way people were reacting, I was like, I don't know, I just didn't believe it. If that makes sense, like the way they were like, they got like so angry after Damien's first fight. I'm like, yeah. well, why are you angry? Like I don't understand what's going on. It didn't make sense to me.
It's like
he did what they wanted him to.
They did what he wanted to do. Then it drove the storyline to okay.
No, yeah. So
you're again without spoiling. It's just like it drove the story, but I didn't like that either. Yeah. I did not like the way they interacted after that fight. Mm-hmm. All of that was very like
it felt a little forced.
Yeah.
So,
but again, it's okay.
It didn't ruin the movie.
It didn't. It really.
I think we're just talking about the one thing we noticed because the rest of it was so good.
Yeah. I want to go back to the shots.
Yeah, it was so good.
I really like the way this was shot.
Bruh, I said it. Especially the last fight.
Yeah.
It was straight out of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Goku fighting Frieza or Cell.
It
was amazing.
Yes. Like, evenly matched. Like, they were getting hit. It wasn't this, I'm going to get beat the entire fight, then I'm going to get up at the end, and then I'm going to... That's Rocky.
Yeah.
That's what Rocky is. Michael B. Jordan made a Creed movie. Well, he made an Adonis movie.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It just shows, and then the dynamics between the family.
Yeah.
And he has a daughter now, and it's like things are different. Things matter. This matters. Talking about this is not really a spoiler. Just like how much he got beat the hell up and how bad his body is damaged. You think of any professional boxer besides Floyd, they're all dogged. Like they're broken.
Yeah.
And you got some guy that's diesel as hell. He's going to tear you up.
Yeah, man. He's
a
brawler.
It was great. It wasn't this, oh, you're the hero. You're so great. You're not. Adonis was wrong in certain parts.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good and bad thing for me. It's good. It's like Damien really was the star of this. Like, well, not the star, but his story was more interesting. Like, even though he did a bad thing, he's not a bad person.
Yeah.
And I like that they showed that in the end.
We love stories like that.
Yeah. So I mean, like he I mean, how would you feel? Is basically it. He's a sympathetic villain.
Yeah.
If you can even call him a villain, because he's not really a bad person.
And then
I loved seeing his story develop. I love seeing his journey from basically prison to being one of the world's most recognized boxers.
And then still showing his street side.
Yeah.
Even the fact that he claimed Oakland for his corner.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't I'm claiming LA. I'm claiming Oakland. Like. These are things, what he had to do in prison. That's like you said, we could have got that if this was just his movie. Even if Michael B. Jordan and Adonis was just in his corner, I would have watched that film.
Yeah, I would have. And that brings me to my... I don't even know how to say this, like, because it's not a negative what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed the movie. And I don't even... I guess maybe it's a personal complaint, but I don't even want to, like, it's not bad. But it's like, so, this film with Michael B. Jordan at the center of it, like, because he was a promoter for most of it, and most of it was Damien's journey, not his, it kind of felt a little weird to me, because it's like, for example, you're a teacher, but I don't think of you as, like, teacher being essential to your, like, who you are.
Right.
Creed is a boxer, and when I look at him, I see a boxer.
Yes.
So when he's not boxing, it's like, well, what? Like you're not being you. Yeah. So it was kind of like think of it like if there was a Tony Stark movie, and it was about corporate espionage in Stark Industries, or if there was a Clark Kent movie and he was breaking a story about corruption at the Vatican.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched both of those, and they're probably very entertaining. But at a certain point, it's like, yo, you're Superman, you're Iron Man. Are you gonna put on the suit?
Yeah.
So
there was a feeling of I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. We're at the end of the movie. I guess that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the movie. When are y'all gonna fight?
Right. No. Yeah. So him.
Yeah. When you gonna take the suit off?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like.
Yeah. He wasn't the boxer of this movie. It was Dame for most of it.
Yeah.
Until he had to come back. So I guess that's the only thing. But even when the stuff he's doing, is still worth watching. It's just.
Oh yeah.
I guess
it's a classic. Same story, guys and gals. Same story. Same story. Mm-hmm. Same story. Same story for the 8th time. 8th time, right?
Yeah.
Same story for the 8th time, but it's done.
Well, ninth. Yeah.
It's done in a very artistic, like, straight up. It was the anime, dog.
Oh yeah, no, like seriously, the way there was a movie we watched recently. I forget what it was, but I remember I complained because I hated it because it was like the camera just stood still.
Oh yeah.
It was something recent. Dang. I forget what it was. I was like, the camera stood still, and people were just in front of it, just doing stuff.
Oh, Magic Mike.
Oh, that's what it was. It was Magic Mike.
Yeah.
It was like the camera stood still, and people were just reacting in front of it. This one, even when they're sitting at the diner, the camera was moving.
We've been doing this too long because it literally was. I was about to say the exact same thing. Yeah. I'm visualizing the amount of shots that they use and the close-ups that they use when people had conversations.
Yeah, man. Like how many takes did you do?
I'm talking full thirds is a full face.
Yeah.
In this part of the screen, like that was, and it looked great too.
Yeah, man.
I'm talk about how good it looked. There was one it was the diner was a little grainy, but I think it was purposely to look like that because once they zoomed in on their faces, it was clear as day.
Oh yeah.
I think that it was.
There could have been something with the light, with lighting, but yeah, go ahead.
And it was just like that scene alone, the diner scene had like 14 different shots.
Yeah, right. And it's like, so the camera itself is kind of a character, and it makes you feel like, like you're not just watching, people just do stuff. It was good. It was really good. I really liked this movie,
It was so good that I don't want another one.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I need another one at all. I think it's a good trilogy.
I like how the story ended. I guess that's the only cheese. But like you said, you do realize that he's a good guy still.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's like, in reality, bro, he ain't never gonna be a normal person. And that's nothing against people that have done time. That does something to you.
Yeah.
So if he ends up, if they want to broaden this story, they want to bring other characters that are pretty have a little bit of, screen time. Tessa didn't have that's her name, right?
Yeah, Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, Tessa had her part, but it wasn't like this was like you said, it's a Jonathan Majors movie with a influence of Michael B. Jordan. Like that this is his universe. You just happen to have this guy that is an amazing actor and did his research because he looked like a ex-con and he moved like a boxer. Yeah. I was like, man.
Yeah, his little the stance he had. It was
yeah, I was like, man, you
just reminded me of one thing though. Speaking of minor characters.
Yeah.
Kalani was in this movie and she was looking so good.
Yeah.
And,
it's funny because I think the whole theater was like, oh.
I've been saying this for years. And
it's like when they
on her, bruh.
They cut to her. No one's faking on Kalani.
Oh, okay.
No one is faking on Kalani.
Okay, let me say this. Everyone, we can talk about this off screen.
But when they cut to her, like you heard all these little, like I was like, oh wow, but that was part of what is her name in the movie, Bianca. Right?
Yeah,
Bianca's storyline. She is no longer an entertainer. She's a producer now. Mm-hmm. Adonis is no longer a boxer. He's a promoter now.
Yeah.
So they both have a similar story. They don't get to do what they love in a way. But, she's producing. Adonis can train. That should have been the progression. He went from just heavyweight champion of the world to 3 years later just putting fights together. So he's missing something in this movie. His character is missing something. It didn't need to be his old friend. You know, and there's some stuff in there I don't want to ruin with other characters that you're going to like. Shout out to ASL. I think we've been saying that a lot.
Oh, yeah, I like that, yeah.
Recently, it's like last year we were saying shout out to all the diversity in films. Now I'm saying shout out to ASL and TV and movies. Like this is cool. Representation matters no matter what it is.
Yep.
So that's how I'm going to end it.
Oh, you got to say what you want to give
the
this
score. Oh man, this is what. How many times I got to say it? This is a 4 because nothing is going to be Infinity War. This is a 4 for me. I enjoy it a lot. I really do.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
4.5.
So yeah.
I guess I could do a 4.5. Because I don't have that. I really don't have anything negative to say. That cheese is going to be a cheese in a movie about a boxer.
You know, I thoroughly enjoyed this, especially because I mean, like you said, like if people weren't coming around, like this movie was over 2 hours and I didn't really mind it.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of. Cocaine Bear was under 2 hours, and I was sitting there like, yo, why is this still going on?
Yeah.
But I'm mad I even mentioned that movie. But yeah, so I guess your Small Couch Review score 4.5, y'all.
4.5.
But anyway, yeah. So Creed 3 is out this weekend. Let us know what you guys think right down there in the comments.
Please do, y'all.
Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we out.
Deuces.